Well, hello, hi, I'm Isaias, and I'm bringing you a breakdown of my last track I published a couple days ago, and coincidentally is the finished track of the video last week ago. I started last week ago, so a lot of people have been asking me to explain how I build my tracks, especially my transitions. So, well, let's start. I could I would really recommend you to go and watch the last video I'm gonna be putting in right here, where I started this beat and basically build the most of the drop and the backbone of the track. Uh, well, in the performance, I started by simply playing with this piano sample for 4 bars or two, depending how you want to see it, and then the same sample, two semitones down. After that, I have this vocal chop, which it's gonna be developing in the whole track. Nothing too special. It's vocal chop I made in Ableton, sampled in. The fun part starts with the effects. They're coming next. Here is the same development with a granular pad. With a granular pad. And 1, 2. And there we are basically on the part A of the beat. I usually organize my tracks in these four. The 1 to 4 it's basically percussions or noise effects or something in that effect, and 5 to 8 are harmony or melody. Usually 8 is the bass, but in this case I'm using the SE02 for making bass sounds, and I'm using the Microfreak to sum up. Sample and the piano still are up, and right now the beat it's only kind of a hip-ish triplet feel. I have something very particular. I made a this is an amen break I made in another track. It's pretty tight, so I basically put it with no not hold and any hold and any decay, and some sequence the first and the last as an octave down, and these two as like the original octave, and it sounds like this. If I have, let me check. Sounds like a hi-hat with some back in the back, especially with the delay. In this track, I have a low percussion thing in the back. Again, nothing special. And this one is like the opening of the transition for the next part of the build-up, let's say. This is the same aim break, but with a filter sweep and the LFO routed to the bitrate, so it can make kind of a noisy filter thing in just this one track. So it would sound like this. And I also, oh fuck, I also put in every loop, because these all are loops. Well, these three are loops. So in order to make them go silent all at the same time, I put trickless tricks in this, in the 12th step of the fourth in the 12th step of the fourth bar. And it's basically in a field condition, and it's basically turning off the amp. So when these parts comes, it would basically make them all shut up. And this is just increasing the reverb, more dramatic effect. So let's hear it. Basically this loops a couple times, and I have this in the back. The performance will be like something like this. Now I have this. Let's go out to the next one. Active the field, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Now, in the build-up, I recall one of the presets I made in the SE02, which is basically a raise bass. Make it, I don't know, I'm kind of obsessed with this raise bass sound, so I don't know, don't judge. Here, the aiming breaks, it's literally the aiming break, but with the same 12 semitone down thing I think I made that before, but this time I'm not cutting the low frequency, so the kicks really hits. The drum track, I only put a kick in 1 and 3, so you can make the punch better. Let's quiet this. And track 3 is just a snare roll, basically. It's basically 1 bar of the 30 seconds auto, because the track scale is it's twice as fast, and I have some percentage of probability. 65%, it's good enough. If I had a longer build-up, I will basically start this more or less like in here, and start building up. But this time I did it like this, so I don't know. What else? I dropped the stabby granular shimmer of the piano I started in this pattern. In basically double the vocal chop sample to create some tension, to get out to the drop, basically. So let's do that. I almost forgot most important thing of this bit. I have mapped effects track in Ableton. You might will see it here. And I basically have a beat repeater, the length of a beat repeater, a delay reverb thing I find in Portal, a beat insulator, another delay reverb thing I find in Portal again, an auto filter, an auto low pass filter with an overdrive, a freeze reverb, and a high pass. These are basically the good enough effects. I didn't give them much of a thought, if I say so. But probably the most useful is the high pass filter, at least in the Digitakt. When I'm making transitions without the help of overreach or any effects processor, I have to put well, I have almost every filter in high pass filter, because the energy it takes, it makes the drop feel even harder. And well, this is not news. Come on, we all know that, right? So basically, having it in an effect rack makes me able to extract the low frequency of everything. So I'm not confined to only filtering the tracks on the Digitakt. That's a huge thing for me, because I really like performing with synthesizers. So having a way to also affect them at the same time I affect the Digitakt is huge. And that's basically why I really love this setup. Using Overbridge for live performance has changed my musical hardware life, if I say so. Well, enough dumb stuff. Now the drop. This is the drop I basically, well, the beat I made in the first video of this, I don't know, series, if you want to call it like that. But it's kind of different. Let's hear it. I started with a melody I'd written with another patch. It's gonna change. Yeah, and also the bass is gonna change. I have put program change in every trick every time I want to change patterns. It makes everything so easy. Even though I only changing 2 or 3 things in attack or something, it makes things perform way easier. And the thing is, when you're performing live music like this, you have to pick and choose what are you going to tweak and move. And not every time, well, at least not in the genre music, I don't like to mess much with the bass in that regard. If I'm playing techno or any more loopy things, I might do that. But in this kind of music, I prefer it to be very stable in that regard. And so I really like to have toms. What the fuck is sounding like that? I don't know. Ah, sheesh. Anyway, I remember. So I really do like to have toms for dramatic purposes. I don't know. Let's say it like that. The beat drops with the melody in the Microfreak at the same time that the piano part comes again. I have already put a trickless trick in the mid track, which is sending me to Ableton, to the effect right in Ableton, to immediately put down the filter so the energy comes back and stay with a little bit of that freeze reverb, so it isn't that abrupt. Come on, I can speak today. Ugh. So let's hear the drop. I have the full trick. No bass already, and the bass dropped here. Okay, I have the melody I have written is written with the scaling a double, because it have a lot of triplets and nuance. So that's a trade-off with the sequencer. You have to make up with that. So what I did is like have the same the two different MIDI tracks and play with them depending of which part of the sound or which tonal in which tone I'm playing it. The first one is C minor, and the second one is B flat minor. So it works good enough, I guess. I don't know. I introduced a new stabby thing, a new. It's the same one, but an octave down and more plucked. It sounds like I don't know. Sounds cool. And then it's the same drop, but at this time I'm just basically fiddling around with the effects. It's pretty fun. And I have a kill switch sending the sending a MIDI adapter, sending a MIDI note, I believe is C5, to Ableton, kills the effect tracks in case I messed up really bad. I don't know. So it's a kill switch basically. And one more thing. One more thing. I have mapped another effect. It's a tape Max for Life device. It's a tape stop. So I have it mapped to this MIDI note in channel 15. This both are 15, but this one, I don't know. No, they're the same note. I don't know. That's curious. I don't know why it's showing like the same note, but in Ableton it says that it's a D, not a C. But anyway, it's a tape stop, and that's how I finished my beat in the live performance. So well, if you want, if you need any help, I don't know, setting up this type of hybrid, the hardware DAW thing, you could ask me in the comments whatever you need. Mostly of all of the effects are from Ableton. I have 2 portable effects, but you could realistically use all the Ableton and have very good success. And well, that's it. Thanks for watching.